All right, this morning it is time to go green, and that means a lot more than recycling. It's also about just doing your part in your community. Joining us now is Amelia Baker from Green Alternatives in Norfolk with some ways that folks can volunteer. And I kind of like taking this route. That is, when you talk about taking better care of the planet, you really can start right with the folks around you.
You can start at the ground level and build community in your own surroundings. And it is a tougher economy, and doing something like this might be just what you need instead of presents, which is also going green, because then you're not over-consuming, buying a lot of stuff that you don't really need.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of ways that you can volunteer, get out there. Of course, the easiest would actually be going out there and donating your time. I know that at Thanksgiving, my husband just woke up, felt like he needed to do something good, and walked into the Union Mission and was able to volunteer his time in the soup kitchen. Of course, they would rather have you call and figure out where they need your assistance and when you can come, which is what I recommend. Volunteer Hampton Roads is a local organization that helps nonprofits, and they post a calendar of events on their site of everything that's coming up, that people can see what the organization is, see what the event is, and then they can get contact information from Volunteer Hampton Roads or right there on the site for areas that they can go and help. So that's a great resource for donating your time.
Some folks are going to hear time and go, "Ugh, I don't have any these days." So what do you say to those people who think that volunteering requires a ton of time?
Well, there are a lot of other alternatives to that as well. There's actually a website called Oxfam, and I just did a little green shopping guide and put that on there because it's a tremendous site. So they have all of these gifts that you can give that actually donate something to someone in need. So you can buy books or food for kids in developing countries, or you can buy worms for farmers. And they have just everything from worms to books, and probably hundreds and hundreds of
I'm sorry.
Had to throw it in there.
Sorry.
But hundreds of items. They even have manure you can buy on there, which I think has a lot of fun things you can do with the gift giving aspect of it.
Think of the people who you think deserve coal, right?
I know. So if you don't have the time, that's definitely the way to go. And Cheryl and I were just talking about getting the kids involved. Just at the store last weekend, I had a mom and daughter that made a bunch of the little bird feeder pine cones rolled in peanut butter. And they sold them all, and I held all the money aside, and it's going to CHKD. That's great. And so that's another way to get the kids involved, is to do something like that and really get them there, and they can see what they're doing and how it translates into a donation to a foundation.
To forgive kids for their natural self-absorption. It's natural, but I mean, they can get very caught up in what they're getting this time of year, and that's a good way to kind of broaden their little horizons a little bit.
Absolutely.
Let them know how lucky they are. But even, some of the volunteer, going back to the time things, like some of the Big Brother, Big Sister type programs, there's one that is 1 hour a week. 1 hour a week at a child's school. So it doesn't, if you do want to give your time and not just your patronage to things like Oxfam or a donation to your favorite charity, I mean, you can give your time and make a huge impact in just a little while too.
Yeah, Brothers and Sisters is a great organization.
And tell me more about the shopping guide you put together.
So I kind of broke it down into who you'd be buying for and trying to come up with really good presents that were either supporting local patrons or local establishments around here, or supporting local food. And then I threw in a couple of Green Alternatives ones. I was trying not to be totally selfish and do them all Green Alternatives, but and then also some volunteering and just some little things that people can do. So some budget-friendly ones as well. And
people can find that on your website, which means they'll be able to find it on our website too.
Yes.
Okay. So if you have somebody that you'd like to buy some poop for, Amelia will let you know how you can do that legally and in a green way, in a good green way.
In a good green way.
All right.